this is Mad Dog 1296. So today I'm going to explain to you how to get your triumphs done. So as you can see here, I got them all done. So all you have to do is do the normal mechanic as usual, and then beat the encounter within the time zone. That will allow you to be able to sit there and get that triumph done. As long as you do the counter within a timer, you're good. It's 100% guaranteed. I have done it. People have done it. There are some people that have ran into bugs that didn't account for them. They had to go back in and do it. That happens a lot because it's Destiny, of course. But doing like double edge, like say I only did Rogue after I did everything else. It's Saturday night, I did Rogue. So I hop in, did Rogue, and made sure I was in time, within the time zone. Did all the mechanics, had people kill ads, and did the mechanics correctly. Killed the tormentors, kill ads, do the mechanic, and then once it's time for damage, do the cheese. Doing the cheese would grant you a automatic time completion. Which, here's the thing. It would give you roughly about 497,000 for completing it. Now if I pull out let me check something, I'll be right back. So, my score was, when I did the cheese to help the 12 people I was carrying. Let me get into it. If you can see, because the camera is not accurate with phones for some reason. Let's see if I turn the volume down, maybe that'll work. 420,000 just by completing the time zone. Now, by completing the encounter itself, your score should already be 500k. By doing the mechanics, killing ads, do whatever, it doesn't really matter. As long as you do the mechanic, you will get the score. So I'm going to go back to my video where I did live, and I'm going to tell you what my score was when I completed it. My score was, just by doing the cheese, was 528,960 just by doing the cheese on Rogue. I completed the triumph because of it. Completing the triumph, well, completing the raid within a time zone grants you about 400k, and added with your score before you did a cheese will grant you over 500k, which means will grant you instant high score triumph completion. The reason why it did not work for few people on 8 tracks, because it was bug on their end for maybe connection issues, server issues, or they just did not get enough points before initially completed before time. The time is what gives you the most points. If you fail to give the time, it freezes the score and it does not give you the score time. So here's how you do it. So when you do the cheese, let's say you had 125,000 points before you did the cheese. That's initially almost 600,000 points that you just did at the end of the raid. With the 400k from the time trial, and your initial encounter counter score by killing ads, doing the encounters, killing the tormentors, that is what counts with your time trial. I only had maybe 68,000, and then, well, no, I had about maybe 90,000, 80,000, 90,000 initially before the cheese. I completed the cheese, got 420,000 just by doing the cheese within the time trial. That allowed me to get 520k points, which allowed me to overpress the high score, which allowed me to claim the double edge triumph. It's very simple to understand this. Don't listen to people who sit there and say, oh, you have to kill all the ads. Oh, you have to kill all the tormentors. Oh, you have to do all this. You don't have to worry about time. No. Your platinum, when you complete it, complete it within the time, gives you the most points out of the whole entire encounter. Gives you the most points by getting platinum. You will guaranteed 100% completing the triumph if you do the encounter within the time frame. So let's say Roke has 9 minutes 36 seconds. You completed it with 4 minutes 42 seconds. That gave you over 400k right there and then, automatically. Just with platinum. And now let's say you had 80,000 points. You had 420 for completion, 80,000 points before the cheese. That's 520,000 points you have gotten the triumph. I had carried 12 total people that needed a triumph done, and they all verified that they completed the encounter and also the triumph. So those guides that I showed you earlier today, every single one of them completed the triumph. Every single one of them for me doing the cheese. Every single one of them got the triumph. It has nothing to do with the points you had before you did the cheese or before you did damage. It has nothing to do with it. Your time is what allows you to gain massive amounts of bonus points after you get platinum by completing it within the time. I have tested this physically. I have failed purposely the time and completing the encounter. Failed the encounter high score because I did not make it within the time. Redid the encounter, completed within the time, and got the triumph. And that was initially this week's caretaker. I completed everything else besides caretaker, got it done. Went back in, did the caretaker's time, and completed it and got the double edge title. Well, double edge triumph. It has nothing to do with it. These scores are your first week's triumphs. And this is combined with your teammates. Your final points at the end is your initial achieved points. Each encounters required for the triumph is 500k. And since it was only 4 encounters, which got me the 1.5 and the 3,000 points on week 1. Because each encounter I got either 500k to 600k because I completed within the time. If you complete it within the time, gives you the most points out of the whole encounter. I don't care if you spent 10 minutes clearing the ads, just non-stop spawning in and fucking rogue. You're not going to get the score. I'm telling you that right now. Because even if you fail the time frame, you're not going to get the score. Because your score stops counting up as soon as the timer runs out. When the timer runs out, your score stops counting. You have a time specifically for you to gain. It's just like a normal nightfall. Just like a normal nightfall, heroic, legend, master, GM. It's exactly like the same thing. You gain points as long as the timer is in the timer, and in GMs, as long as it's not the darkness suffering, or whatever you want to call it. If you did not reach 45 minutes in GMs, your score stays and does not decrease. When you reach 45 minutes in GMs, your score starts decreasing and you stop gaining points. It's the exact same way in Pantheon. If you are running out of time and you hit 0 and that timer disappears, you will not gain any more points afterwards. That's why it's so important to actually sit there, do the encounter within the time frame, because it gives you massive amounts of bonus points as long as you complete the encounter within the time frame. So let's say Rogue is 9 minutes 32 seconds. I'm going to do both fail and completion. So if I fail the time frame and I got 234,000, I'm not going to get any more points after that timer expires because it hits 0. Once that timer expires, you have 0 points. Now, if I have 4 minutes and I'm on final damage phase, I kill that boss, and I have like 2 minutes 45 seconds left, I get bonus, and both my points that I originally had before the completion and the platinum points combined. That's what allows you to complete all the high score triumphs. For week 1, which is right, where is it? Right here. Right here. And right here. That will allow you to complete every single encounter's high score, as long as your timer does not end. When that timer ends, your times 3 hits 0, which you will not gain any more points throughout the encounter. That's why people failed in 8 tracks. Because even if you completed it within time, you may have received the bug because of the server issue. But most of us had completed within the time and got the triumph done. It was only a bug for the few. Bungie fixed it. Now people was able to get the points without having problems. The reason why people were failing when they run out of time, because your score hits 0. When your score hits 0, you gain no more points. And when you gain no points, you can't complete the high score triumph. That's how the Pantheon works, that's how the score works, and that's how the triumph works. Every single encounter you complete within the time frame gives you about 400k per each encounter. Plus your initial score you completed before you completed the raid with platinum. So if I did 8 tracks with 100,000 points, and I did the time frame completion, I'm gaining 400k. That's 500,000 points, which allows me to complete the highest score. You must get the 500k. It doesn't matter if you get 100k and stop doing ad clear and focus on damage. That's 100% okay, because you already got the high score as long as you complete it under the time frame. Now, if you have 400k and you did not complete the time trial, your trials will not count. It will only count for completion triumph, not the highest score triumph. You must get a 500k, and by doing rogue cheese, will grant you that 500k. Because I gain 400,000 points just by doing the cheese. Now, if I check my video before the cheese was completed, my score was 107,280 points. Now, with that 420, now I gain total points of 527,760. Or 790. 760. Which allowed me and everyone else to complete it. You gain about 400k to 450k just by the time bonus. Bungie doesn't expect you to kill all ads and complete the encounter within the time frame, because you're not going to get the points you need. That's why the time frame existed. So it gives you the bonus you need to get the triumph completed. Because if you just focus on that clear, you may get 200k, and your time ended. You only got 200k when you completed a counter. That's why people were not getting the highest score, because you must complete it within the time frame. So if an encounter has 5 minutes, you have 5 minutes completed. If a counter has 6 minutes, you have 6 minutes to complete it. You have 7 minutes, you must have 7 minutes to complete it. 8 minutes, 8 minutes to complete it. 9 minutes, you have 9 minutes to complete it. If you have 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes to complete it. It does not matter if you get the time frame done. What does matter is the time frame's bonus points. That's what allows you to get the triumphs you need. If you want the God Slayer, you must complete every encounter within the time frame. No ands, no buts. Do not listen to other people, because they will misinform you. I have completed all the triumphs, so I know how it works. I completed every encounter's time trial. That's how this works. The time trial will gain you massive amounts of bonus points. That's what allows you to complete every encounter high score. So, that's the summary of it. Make sure you complete it within time frame, and you will get the triumph, I promise you. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. If this helps you a lot, please subscribe, put notifications on so you guys don't miss any of my future videos. I have reached 4,000 videos, so I will be climbing more videos. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you guys. Go get your God Slayer. See you guys next time.